Good morning, friends, and today is another day. Uh, Today's game is brought to you by the rainforest. Go support your local rainforest out there. Now, today, I've got an exciting match. I've been Magyars because I've just been enjoying it, and I got matched up against Sicilians on Atacamba, so the one with the big giant amount of trees in the middle. And it's exciting. So, I was excited to get to play against Sicilians because I like Sicilians and generally know what kind of strategy they're going for. And I found my goal here was to try to just get on this woodline area early and kind of protect some area of a woodline, much like most people do. And the only problem is that whole transition out there is so far. It does kind of suck. It kind of throws some things off. I feel like I was going for my boars late, and I don't know. So I just had some idle time. Okay, yeah, so you can see all that down there. Idle eco time just racking up. And, but I got one boar there. Not too bad. Got my 3 all wood that I want. And I'm pretty sure I left my scout idle forever. And focus on getting that boar. Realize instead of going and getting that boar, I decided to build a gate there. Not sure why that was the most necessary thing when this boar is going to run out soon. And I'm making villagers, but trying not to stay idle as much as I can. But I don't think I did a great job of that this game. Running around, there's a bunch of deer, but I didn't even pay attention to them the whole game. Eventually I send him out to go get the deer, send them to chop wood since they're just doing nothing for a while, and then get my second boar. Not the greatest, but it is what it is. And then I turn on auto scout for a while. I see that he's going to know where my lumber camp is, so I should have just explored over to this area, walled off here, and then he wouldn't have been able to get through. But, whatever. It is what it is. Then auto scout just did the dumbest thing. It's like, I guess that it was going around, but it went around to the straight edge, like the little least important part. But boar's going up. Internet Explorer boy is got a whole lot higher score than I do. But I guess he has about the same amount of idle TC time. And I just start taking all my herdables. And I'm pop capped, but I'm going up, so it don't matter too much. I build my barracks so I can get my stable up when it happens. I decide to, I don't think I even realized, yes. So I decided to try to be sneaky, and he tried to, take out my guys. So I tried to out micro him with the power of the Vil. And it worked mostly. Yes. And since he was Sicilians, I'm like, I know, I'm gonna tower rush him because why not? And I'm like, I'm gonna need some more people in case he sends someone. And I get my stable down and get some houses so I'm not gonna be pop capped, and still trying to keep villager production going, and that wasn't too bad. I don't think I got my horse collar so I can lay down on my farms, have them be more effective, and I get my tower up and all it does is attack a house because those guys are just barely out of range. It's like, really? Lost my scout. Not the greatest. But I know that he's investing up in this area, as I kind of thought that he would for Sicilians in Atacama. Like he's gonna probably tower rush. You can already see a donjon being put up there. And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna try to get my vills back, and go from there. I get out one scout. This stupid guy just gets enough of a hit. I get out right out of range of their donjon and move on. Now he didn't get any fletching yet, which is thankful. And at least I know where his lumber camps are. And I'm like, oh, I should probably just go scout the rest of his base. Meanwhile, trying to build up some farming so I can put out some scouts easier. I feel like I should have just full on scout rushed earlier, but I didn't. I found his gold pile, but I'm just gonna chill and try to build up a little bit. I know he's attacking. Oh, I'm attacking him, but he's not really even making anything with his barracks. Oh, I did get one of his vills. That was just all by itself. And then scout dies. But I know where he is generally. I'm like, well, fine. I'm going to try to not be pop capped, and I'm going to just try to get up my farms, get my eco going, maybe make a few more guys. I didn't get my armor yet, which I should have done. And this guy. Oh, okay. I was wondering. He was building a donjon there and then just decided against it, which I don't see why you would put two right next to each other anyway. But I got out 2 scouts. And then from there on out, I'm like, I'm just going to send my scouts around the other way. And I realized I had no gold. And I'm short on stone because I did waste it on a tower. But that tower scared him. Yeah, it did. And so I'm just seeing what's going. Keeping my villagers going. He sees where I'm at with his scout. And I'm exploring around. Now I guess we can take a look and see. Alright, well I didn't really know those guys were out there, but I knew he had gold back there. I knew he had stone over there, so I wanted to make sure he put down some walls. And you can see what his objective is going to be, and it's just to be slowly donjon pushing into this area, which I mean isn't a bad idea. I'm like, well, what should I do with all my couple scouts? Well, I'll just sit here and try to destroy a palisade. Because why not? And he's just going to sit there and build donjons. It's kind of just this weird idle stalemate. And I should have turned around and just went to the wood line. But I didn't. I'm thinking that maybe I can get enough farms down to where I can start getting up to castle. I wanted to get enough stone so I could build some TCs when I get up to castle. And have enough gold to put out some knights right away. Because I knew that once I had knights, then I could definitely take on some guys. And now at least this time that I attacked villagers, I had all my armors. Oh no, I didn't have armor yet. Why didn't I get armor yet? Oh well. Took out one vill. Took out almost another. Alright, 2 vills for 1 scout and annoyance. And you can see he's just going to build more donjons. He was all worried about my tower, like it was doing anything for me. And I'm like, all right, his wood line is unprotected. He didn't send any pikes, so I'm gonna go ahead and start pumping out some guys and actually make a concerted push on the wood lines. Was my thinking. And now I get my armor. I'm like, that's what I'm missing to be effective. And I'm trying to be patient. I wanted to go right away, but I knew that I should just wait for at least like 3. I got 4 though, so. And meanwhile, still trying to keep villagers going as much as I can. Not the best idle TC time, but it is what it is. And now that I've got my guys, I'm like, all right, this is enough to go. I probably should have also clicked up to castle now. I don't know why that guy just went off to nowhere land. I'm like, all right, now I'm taking off. And I feel like he was distracted with taking out my stable and whatever else that he just missed all of his vills dying. Or didn't care enough to send army back. He starts making some spearmen. But it's a little late. Largely. And he also didn't even send them out right away. So I'll take this trade. And I see those guys and I run away. And he is taking out my stable and my tower. I'll take out his eco. I'm alright with that. And I wish I would have gone up. Oh, I could have seen that guy, but I didn't. Oh, I think I just clicked around a whole bunch to try to get away from the spears. Stop making stuff out of the stable. I go up to castle. He's actually going up to castle too. By this point, how many villas does he have? 26? So I feel pretty happy with that. Got almost 40. Like, I'm just gonna keep my guys alive, have him chase around. He's got all the wrong priorities. Well, I mean, maybe. He's trying to control the wood area, I guess, but it's just not very effective. I throw down another watchtower to ward him off from just attacking my gate right away. And just start bothering him. And this is when I decided that I'm going to send 3 vills. 3 vills down. He decides to try to just attack me with, which I guess worked with his vills. He's trying to take out that. He realized I had a tower, so he wasted more stone on another donjon. And I'm like, well, I want to get enough wood and come going, so I'm going to try to have a TC in the middle. I'm not sure about this TC in the middle. I just built one on the gold. And I'm like, the one on the gold is going to be great. He tried to go on the outside, so I killed that guy, but I don't think that any of their donjons were actually attacking my people. I don't know if he saw. Yeah, so he didn't know anything was there when he placed this donjon. He thought I just had nothing. He starts building it, and I realize, and I just take him out. That's why that happened. I was wondering why he just decided to tower my gold. But I put my forward vills there. I get a siege workshop, and I'm like, I just need a few knights to support it and put some rams in there, and I'm going to be golden. Meanwhile, he feels like he's attacking my guys here. I'm trying to get some vill count up still, hopefully. Well, not out of that TC. Or that one. Or that one. Well, eventually I remember to, because I have enough food for sure. And I get some houses going. I got my siege workshop. I'm just waiting for some gold, I think. Oh, and then he breaks through finally. I think he gets some kills here. Got these guys. These are dedicated lumberjacks right here. Towers to the left of me. Sergeants to the right. I just take them out. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to build up my force enough. Got a handful of knights. I decided to try to move my lumber camp out because he's just getting too close at this point. And I don't need to be in here. I mean, I did put resources in a TC, but it's not 100% necessary. And now I've got my 2 Rams with some knight support. And I'm like, hell, this is more than enough to take out a TC. Especially if he's wasting his time in here. So I go on a full-on attack. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Try to be sneaky. Don't let them notice. Don't let them see. Just walk on by, all casual. Oh, he had to go and attack her. And then it's over. I'm like, well, great. You're shooting my ram, which is perfect. And this TC doesn't have a chance. Not a chance. Meanwhile, my TC doesn't have a chance really either, but who cares? It's just on some wood. I can get some wood over here. I'm like, well, there goes a whole bunch of farming eco for him. He got some knights out, but he's not going to be able to support that. I probably should have castle dropped at some point. Meanwhile, I have a ton of idle vills, and I'm pop capped. And it's a bad situation. He tries to build a little wall. It doesn't work. I take out his gold mine. And it's going good now. He puts out a few more knights, but he took a better fight than I did because my guys weren't paying attention. And he did build a secondary TC on gold. But now he's just got no food to support. With no food, he's not going to be able to make sergeants or he's not going to be able to make anything he's got. It's not like he's got archers all lined up or anything. Go up there. Clean up those guys. Oh, I went to go build a mill. I don't even know what my guys were doing for a while. And yeah, he did take out that finally. He's taking out my blacksmith. Alright, well, it is what it is. I'm getting my villager count up now, up to 75, and he's still down at 34. I know I have him on the ropes. I don't really think that he has a chance at this point. He's just buying time. And if this game went super long, yeah, control that wooded middle would be more important, but if I was him, he should have built farms and whatnot in here, or moved all of his villagers into that area because I couldn't get into there very easily. And he decides to take out my rams with all of his people, kind of. So I bring all my people up, and we have a good old-fashioned beatdown because this game was over. But he gave me a whole lot of score for nothing. Meanwhile, I'm still pop capped. And I know his TC's over there now. So I think I was just waiting for a couple rams to go over there and take it out. Nice and easy like. He's building another donjon. You know, important things when you've got 8 donjons all around. I'm making sure he's not on that gold. And he gives the GG. Nice and easy like. I'm happy with how that game went. Having 2 back and then eventually moving over to some wood is helpful. Eventually I was like, oh, I should probably add more production buildings, but I did a lot of damage with just 1 and some rams. 2 and some rams, eventually. Stats. Good KD. I only had 14. Largest army at one point, probably at the end. And just a much better eco than him. Mostly because I never let him get above everything. Is this? I don't know what this means. Current and total villagers? Or total population, maybe? Total population was 60, and oh, so maybe at the end he ended at 18. I don't know. I don't think that makes any sense. But, and we had similar castle times, or feudal times and castle times, so nothing was crazy. So, alrighty. Well, thanks for watching my game. See y'all later.